Am I on? Why do you freaking do that? You didn't tell me. OMG. I got to talk now, Joey, please. All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Afternoon Market mid market update. Sigh. It's Joey's fault. It's midday market update. Wow. All right. So there we go. We're off to because you put me on and I didn't even know I was on. Oh, yeah. Greg says hell, VV Nation. Not even hello. He put hell. See what you started? It was that bad. Oh my gosh. It was that bad. He put hell, VV Nation. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, recovering from Thanksgiving. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across. Sherilyn says, Glenn, I've got a big question. Wow, all right. Greg says, sorry, Glenn, big fat. I know what you meant. Still, I'm listening with Joey, just put me on just like that. I'm like, oh, Joey's fault. What is your question? Glenn, congratulations. Your Giants beat the Patriots. Woo! Way to go. Not only that, see my cup? Go blue. Go blue. All right. Patriots at home for the first time since 1987. Even though the Giants won, I think both teams stink. Yep, the Giants stink. The Giants definitely do. Michigan, and my wife is an Ohio State fan. I had to make for a very quiet house, over exacerbate Michigan. Pro Trader is awesome. How come not promoted much? Well, it's because not everybody in the MVV Nation has Pro Trader, Nat. That's the reason why. So I don't always want to talk about stuff that people don't have. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to sell them anything. So on this channel, I try very hard not to sell anything. But if you come to the realization that something that we have works for you, by all means, take advantage of it, whether it's a trial or not. Maria says, hi, Glenn. Love to be with you. Thank you for being. Fireblazer says, the color guard says confirmed up. Should we be buying? We'll talk a little bit about that today. We will definitely talk a little bit about that today. What's up, Bobby? Sherilyn, I told him 3 times. No, you didn't. You didn't tell me. Good morning, Amir. All right. So it seems like people can hear. I thought the alert went out. I swore I heard it on the iPad. Click out. It looks like it did. All right. So again, glad to have you here. Everything is green. And are we in a Santa rally? I think a lot of things are coming to fruition. It looks like Black Friday sales were good. All right. Today is Cyber Monday. And going further into the week, whether it's on Wednesday, dual live stream with Ryan and I, or Thursday, on Trending Thursday, we're going to talk a little bit more about the results from the shopping this week. So, know what else we don't have? We don't have money. Ooh, that's another whole story in and of itself. You know, I was listening to the radio, and there was an interview with a registered nurse and husband that has a really good job. And more, even with dual salaries, dual decent or good salaries, people are still having a hard time making it week to week. All right, so that's very interesting as we get into the holiday season. What's spurring the holiday season spending? A lot of it is going to be credit cards. All right, and when we get until next year, credit's going to be an issue. I think it's already an issue, but I think credit's going to be an issue. But just said that. Fireblazer, I think. All right, let me ask this question. And I know that many of you make money in the stock market. It is what it is. But how many of you are feeling that it's difficult to? I don't want to say the word survive, but difficult to keep up with what's going on in the market financially. Type of 1. Type of 1. Type of 2 if you're not feeling that. All right? I'm just curious. Type of 1 if you are feeling pressures, economic pressures. How about that? That's probably a better way to put it. How many of you are feeling economic pressures? Type of 1. If you're not feeling the economic pressures, type of 2. And I'm not trying to put anybody out there and go, well, it's real. I'm not going to lie. Joey and I have been having conversations about going to the supermarket and buying food. It ain't easy. And I do well. Don't get me wrong. Joey does weller than I do. He's been here longer. I think Joey. He gonna lie. He gonna lie. Whatever. Whatever, Joe.
Week to week, baby. Week to week.
Whatever, Joey. David says, Linda, you read my mind. Remember the days of saving 10% of your money and living with it? I think that, I don't want to say it's gone to the wayside, but I don't think that people, for the most part, especially the younger generation, is as financially frugal with their money as we have been. Fireblazers, we're barely making money selling covered calls and our stocks all down. Davis, Father Glenn. Not me. All right. Is Weller a new Glennism? I like that. Weller. But Joey will think that he's going to take credit for that word. He's going to take credit for that. Linda says, my 27-year...
No. That one's all you, buddy.
Okay.
That one's all you.
Linda says, my 27-year-old son saves 40%. That's not a norm, though. And Mama taught him well. I hear you. That's not a norm. That's not a norm in today's society. All right. So with all of that, retail is definitely in focus this week. Going to get more information about Black Friday as today comes along. Cyber Monday, we're going to get the reports. So whether it's Wednesday with Ryan and I or Thursday, I think we're going to have some focus, more focus as we get more data on the shopping, the two big shopping days. Right. Good. All right. So I'm just keeping up with the chat, making sure everything is good to go. All right. As you can look right now on the color guard, a couple of red days today after a short, light volume day on Friday, because we all know the market closed early on Friday. I didn't go home early on Friday. It's all Joey's fault for that. Oh, everything's Joey's. Yeah.
But did you go to Golden Corral?
I didn't go to Golden. I can't. My wife said, "You better not." My wife told me straight up, "You better not go out and eat with. We not eating out until we clean up the fridge."
I like it.
Whatever. Black Friday sound not politically correct. Should be like a fire blazer. Fire blazer. Now I got something in my eye. All right. Visa and MasterCard are up, but shouldn't they be troubles if people default? Yes, Michael, but that won't hit, I don't think, until next year. I think, as I've been seeing in the chat, credit cards are raising limits to get people to spend even more money, which I think is sort of, can I say criminal? That's sort of kind of bad, though. Can't say criminal. Why give more money if people are already struggling? But Visa and MasterCard are up because people are putting money on their credit cards. But watch next year when people start to default on those credit cards. Watch Visa and MasterCard then. All right, let's get into some stories that's moving the market. And a couple of things that I'm keeping my eyes on.
You got it, buddy. I believe in you.
Oh,
I believe in you.
Whatever.
Let's go.
Whatever. All right. And Sal, you're right. I think it is counterproductive. Sholin says raising the interest charges too. And I think that that's really not financially, what's the word I want to look for? I don't think that that's financially moral. That you want to give everybody more money to spend and raise the interest rates. The money has got to be paid back. That's just my 2 cents. Right? That's just my 2 cents. Fireblazer says credit cards will suffer losses when defaults happen. Again, everybody knows that credit cards is one of my 5 or 6 bubbles. So when it happens, I all want you to remember what your Uncle Glenn has been telling you for a minute. Right? Uncle Glenn has been preparing you. Right? So interesting. This is a 2-pronged story. U.S. dollar struggles continue as the market brace for post-Thanksgiving buzz. The dollar's going down, right? And a lot of that is because inflation is getting under control. Still higher than we were from the year before, but we are still a lot lower than the 9% that we were at. The dollar is starting to weaken. The other side of that story is I'm starting to get more anxious about gold. Anybody trading gold? Anybody trading gold? I do have a gold play. I don't remember. We let them. I don't know. I do have a gold play. I got into it a long time ago. I got into it way early. I am in GFI, Goldfields. I am in that. I'm up like 5%, but I've held it for a minute. I've been holding it for a minute. So I'm up ahead. I got in ahead of the game as the Fed did not want to raise interest rates anymore, getting some idea that the inflation was somewhat getting under control, not where he wants it to be, but getting under control. The dollar is starting to fall. That should be a catalyst for gold to start to move. All right, so am I worried about the dollar compared to the BRICS? I've done a couple of stories on de-dollarization. I still don't think the BRICS countries have enough, don't have it all together enough to usurp the dollar, right? And the dollar has fallen, but it is not anywhere, in my opinion, not anywhere near in trouble. All right. Next story, talking about oil. All right. Another story talking about oil. Brent dips to $80 ahead of the OPEC plus meeting. My thing is, if the supply is not there, oil should be running, but it's not running up. It's still going down. A lot of it is because the demand is not there. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Silver's another way to go, Don. Silver's. I'm going to talk about both gold and silver. Silver is another way to go. All my gold stocks are down 50% since Fireblaze. I said it's on my radar. I took a very aggressive early move on gold, but I am getting closer and closer to being a little bit more bullish on gold, just not there. Is the banks replacing the dollar with coins? You talk about what, a digital coin, Marie? Maybe. But I think that doesn't happen for a long ways down the road. I know that the Fed has something called the Fed coin. It's digital currency. More and more people are jumping on board with the Fed currency. Last time I looked, there was 100 institutions that were on board now with the Fed coin. It's a growing thing. It's a scary thing, but it's a growing thing. I think somewhere down the line, just not anytime soon. All right. So there's oil. I'm not bullish on oil. Ryan's no longer bullish on oil. I think on paper we should be, but I've said on more than one occasion that I think oil is being manipulated. That's what I think. I think that it's being manipulated. But I can't justify it by way of VectorVest. Oh, I just gave you my opinion on that. All right. How about this for sales? Shopify jumps after the e-commerce group merchants post record Black Friday sales. That's what I'm looking to see. Record Black Friday sales. Now, how many of you are on Facebook? Don't answer that. Because I saw a story on Facebook that was the story of a young lady in like Walmart or something and looking at the sales prices behind the sales prices. You know, you pull a little placard out and the sales prices for Black Friday were the same sales prices that they had before. So you know what I'm going to do? Next time I go to Wally World, I'm going to pull out the placards and see if it matches up. I am just really curious. It is just a way to get us. It was Target. Thank you, Eugene. It was Target. And you know something? It is what it is, but it's just getting people. It is just getting people to want to get in on these sales. Oh, that looks like a great sale. Well, did you look a couple of weeks ago? It was the same damn sale. All right, it's the same sale. John said he saw it was Target. It was pulling the placards out. The sales didn't. There was no sale. Is what it is. All right, but this is online rather than being in a store. So we're gonna take a look. I think I have Shopify in there. This is interesting. You know, Microsoft, big investment in OpenAI. Google, and when did this story come out? Today. Google, and this is May. Google may invest in a homegrown AI startup called Pour AI. So we all know that OpenAI, big hit. And now, a lot of other companies are coming out with their own AIs, but Google is now looking to do what Microsoft did with OpenAI with another company called Pour AI. All right, Black Friday raises. The drop best time to buy is weekend after. Listen, my wife is the queen of looking for sales. Me, I just go in the store, I just go buy stuff. It wasn't until my wife came along that I even realized there was a clearance rack in store. I never looked. I see what I like and go get it. My wife was like, "You spend all that money?" Yeah, baby. Spend all that money. That's not true. That's not true. So not true. But my wife is the queen of finding sales. The color chart is 2 ticks yes in the red. How do you say green? I did not say green. Someone said it was green today. I saw 2 ticks in the red as well. So again, today is. We'll talk about that when we look at the color guard. Sherilyn says she found you. Yeah, she did. Were you trying to say she found me on the sales rack? Sigh. You trying to say my wife found me on the sales rack? Dang. You hear that, Joey? Sherilyn says that Janet found me on the sales rack. Do I look like sales rack material, Joey? It's probably a way. All right. So, I'm very interested in this story, and we'll see. Take it as you will. Cheryl, and I know I'm only messing. You know I'm only messing, Cheryl. All right. Another story. You were deeply discounted, says. Could have been deeply. Just for her. So, how about this story on insurance? Blockchain in insurance market is expected to represent a significant CAGR of plus 52% by 2020. Major players Oracle, IBM, and Accenture. Way to flash that M mug. That's right. Nah, I'm going to do it again. Hold on. Yeah. Especially because my wife is a Ohio State. So interesting I like this story because it's an AI story, but AI in insurance. The market from 2023 to 2030 is a study report newly issued by that company. It is a fantastic synthesis, industry know-how, creative ideas, and cutting-edge technology to deliver an improved experience. So in looking at insurance always tends to do well no matter what the market is doing, because everybody needs insurance, whether it's life insurance, home insurance, auto insurance. But utilizing AI to make the experience better from an insurance perspective, I do like. So I do have in my list today Oracle, IBM, and Accenture, which will be big benefactors of blockchain, AI, that kind of thing. The mud hens ain't got nothing to do with mud hens. It is Michigan, just so that you know, it's Michigan. All right, so I got these stocks in here. I think putting that, whether it's crypto, blockchain, AI, all of that into each other, pay attention to these companies. How many people, I shouldn't ask this because everybody knows about what's going on with Argentina. How many of you are trading Argentina stocks, Argentinian stocks, type of 1? How many of you are trading Argentinian stocks, type of 1? If you're not, type of 2. This new president says he's shutting down the central bank. Holy smokes, that's huge. Shutting down the central bank, that's huge. But, he's going to take drastic measures. No, not a lot of people trading Argentinian stocks. I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for all of you. In a situation where you have a libertarian representative running a country, he's getting ready to undergo some massive things. And shutting down the central bank is one of them. And how about this? Argentina's black market peso slides with eyes on Millie, local equity soar. This is why I asked the question, how many of you are trading Argentina stocks? Linda says he's a weirdo. Listen, he can be a weirdo as long as he's got to do what he's got to do to get Argentina better. Just as long as he's not anything more than a weirdo. Local equities soar. That's the reason why I asked the question about Argentinian stocks. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Talking about crypto, Coinbase shares advance after Bitcoin hits 38,000. Binance. All right, so Binance, FTX, two black eyes for the crypto market. But are we getting out of crypto winter? So I've got Coinbase in there. I'm going to take a look at it. You all know how I feel about crypto, but I will never stop you guys from getting an opportunity to make money in the stock market. Honda, and I've got two stories here. All right, there's a Honda story. Roger, was it you on Jay's page that pointed this out? Somebody on Jay's page, VV Nation on Facebook, pointed out this story. I said I was going to talk about it. I don't remember who it was. But Honda shows hydrogen fuel cell modules set to power the CR-V. Now, this story came out a few days ago, November 21st. Very interesting how they've come as far as they've come with hydrogen. A lot of people feel that it's a great alternative to the EV. I did a story on hydrogen, and so we are going to take a look at the Honda. But I got another story that came out in October. Man, there it is. Excuse me. Came out in October, and it was Toyota. Toyota has a new electric vehicle battery. So unlike Honda is doing a hydrogen, but this was done a while ago, that Toyota's new electric vehicle, 745-mile range, and takes 10 minutes to charge. Anybody know about that? All right. I know, Michael, Argentina has had huge inflation. This new president is working to get them right side up. It's going to take more than whatever years he's in to make that happen, but he's on the onset of trying to turn them back right side up. And I think that drastic measures are going to be needed. Albert says, how long to charge? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let me see if I can find that story on Toyota's. Oh, no, it is a solid state battery. All right, let's go to Yahoo. See if I can find it. Research, Yahoo. See if I can type in the story. Toyota. Solid. Because the story is on my phone. Solid state battery. See if I can find it. What? That's not what I'm looking for. Solid state. Sorry. Go look. Can't find a story on it. That stinks. All right, so the story is on my phone. Oh, is that oilprice.com? Let's see if I can find that instead. Oilprice.com. I want you guys to see this Toyota story. Sigh. Where's the search button? Where's the search? Oh. Toyota. There it is. Boom. You wanted the 10 minute. There it is. You want 10 minute, Albert. And this was back in October of this year. Toyota's solid state battery boasts 745 miles. And it's another solid state battery. The other story that we were just looking at, though, is looking at hydrogen. But man, people are coming a long way in alternatives for fossil fuels. So I didn't put this story in there. It came up on my phone. I wanted you to just see that, Albert. 10-minute charge. 10-minute charge. 745. That's even more than the Lucid. Right? That's even more than the Lucid. Thank you, Roger. There it is. Mine too. Wait, lithium will go back up. Lithium is getting beaten up like Ultra Magnus. Lithium is getting, and the reason why lithium, I did a story on it last week. Lithium is getting beat up because they say it's an oversupply of lithium and the EVs are not being used up enough to use the lithium that they have. That is the problem. Hydrogen fuel cells are becoming available too. I'm just nervous about hydrogen. I'm just nervous about hydrogen. But if it keeps getting better and keeps getting better, I think that we're going to look at solid state. We're going to look at hydrogen. The big thing that I'm looking for ammonia. Honda partners with GM, put fuel cells into semis. Now they've started to build a fleet of 2,000 hydrogen semis. So I think that, I'm going to keep up on the hydrogen. I'm going to keep up on the solid state as well as I keep up on the EV space. I think alternatives outside of fossil fuels is the way to go. That's the reason why I keep giving you the story. That's the reason why I keep giving you. All right. And last story, Foxconn to invest $1.5 billion to expand India. Why is that important? Because Foxconn is one of the biggest suppliers to Apple. India is an emerging economy. A lot of people are putting a lot of money into India. Elon Musk is thinking about putting a factory in India. So just Indian companies, just Indians in and of itself, companies keep your eyes on. All right. As a matter of fact, let's go into the software. We'll start off there. With all of the stories that we've got, I wanted to see what the market looks like. Here's the market timing graph. Let me go change this to here. Here's the market timing graph. Here's the run that we're in. We have, looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages, we have a crossover of entry into the market, which was on 11/2 of 2023. We broke through primary wave, the DEW, all of the market timing calls. So I think that that's where the green came in. All of our market timing calls are green. When I'm watching, let's even put on the confirmed calls. Yep, and that happened as of Friday. Had a confirmed up call. So all of our market timing calls are green. What does that mean for you right now? It means it's okay to buy stocks. Make sure you're buying on an up day. Today is a down day. Wouldn't be buying into new positions on a down day. But the market is showing us signs that we are currently in a Santa rally. That's a great thing. Good thing for stocks, good things for our portfolios to continue. How to trade SMCI. I just can't buy at the low. I'm struggling with this. Let's go look at SMCI real quick. SMCI. Let's talk about that. Yeah. What do you do, Joey? How to trade it. So I did a video recently on how to get in and out and what to look for. Couple of things. If you are in SMCI, I'm going to tell you to be, let's put a 3 months graph, 6 months graph. There's the downtrend. We broke through the downtrend. What are we doing right now? Moving sideways. What does that mean? If you own SMCI, don't panic. Don't panic. I am looking at not the graph that I want. Let's go look at Glen Trade, at ETR Trade, where I'm looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. So the 3 and the 8 are still bullish. Who just asked me about this? Marie, are you paying attention, Marie? I know you are. But right now, if you're in SMCI, leave it alone. When was your good entry? When the 3 went above the 8. When the 3 exponential moving average went above the 8. That happened on 11/6 of 2023. Joey, do me a favor on your computer. Google India ETF and then let me know what it is. Then let me know what it is. All right. If you're in SMCI, leave it alone. It is above the downtrend. The 3 and 8 are in place. I'm going to tell you, leave it alone. Today, it is an up day. All right, today is an up day, but I've got a solid level of resistance sitting at 298.72. What do? I leave it alone. If I'm not in it, though, let's see if it can break above that level of resistance because that's where it's having headwinds. All right.
iShares MSCI India ETF.
MSCI?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Thank you, Joey. MSCI for Indian. All right, and there you go. Put that on a 3-month graph, put that on a 6-month graph. Now, just because the companies, big companies are coming into India, I'm not going to say just quite yet that it's a boost for the Indian market. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Companies are moving into India. It is an emerging market, the whole 9 yards. It doesn't make it so that it's great to jump on board with Indian stocks as a whole. The investment into India makes sense. All right? It doesn't mean that as a business, and I'm ready to tell you to go jump on board with Indian stocks, especially sitting at a level of, in this case for the ETF, sitting at 530.45, it's at 526. If I'm going to look at the market as a whole, it's got to get out of its own way. Right now, it is at a level of resistance. That makes sense, Eugene? So I'm not telling you that it's okay to go buy Indian stocks yet. What I am saying that there's a lot of investment in India. All right, kind of missed my mark. If we are in a death cross, how can all the indicators be? Oh, you got to understand that the death cross, we'll put on the market timing graph, put this on a 5-year graph. All right, if you're looking at the death cross, Sherilyn, that's looking at the market as a whole. Doesn't mean that VectorVest cannot have all of its indicators, market timings in the green. I also see that the 3 and the 8, the 50 and the 200 on the market are converging together. I don't have a golden cross yet, but I do have an upward move. We're still in the death cross, but look how quickly we could be getting out of that death cross. Does that make sense, Sherilyn? All right, yeah, we are in a death cross, but that's using 2 moving averages on the totality of the market. In our case, the over 9,000 stocks that we track. All right, but even through that, they are converging. I'm watching to see if we'll go from a death cross to a golden cross. All right. So can the market still be indicating that it's okay to buy based on the over 9,000 stocks that we track? The answer to the question is yes. The death cross seems to be lagging in the last 50 days. And remember, we're looking at a 50 and 200-day moving average. It's definitely a laggard. It's definitely a laggard. Big moving averages. Big moving average. All right. Where was I? I think I did all of the stories, right? Let's go to the viewers. This is where all of the indicators are, all of the indices. Mixed market today. Only the Qs are up. Everything else is down. Biggest mover, IWM. People are scared. The VIX is low. The VIX is like pre-pandemic low. So there should be a lot of greed in the market right now. It's on the rise today, but still sitting at 12. We don't get nervous until it gets to 20. That's when the fear factor kicks in. Right now, we are straight up in greed mode. We are in greed mode. The market's not responding today in superior greed mode, but this gives me more cause to think that the market does have some upside and that we do have a Christmas. Darts player says India, INDA is another India ETF, which is fine. But again, I'm not telling anybody INDA. I'm not telling anybody to go run and buy the Indian market based on the investment in India. All right.
Was the one I gave you correct?
Yeah, they were both right. I didn't say you was wrong.
I'm asking for me. It says business or something under there.
Oh, then you were probably wrong. All right. Thank you for bringing it to my attention that it was.
Yeah, but that's what I got. I mean, I searched India ETF.
Yeah, I don't doubt you. I think that you did what I asked you to do, which is amazing because you never do. You never do.
Okay.
So I appreciate you doing that.
Thanks.
And I'm going to say that you're probably right. I didn't even question it, did I? I didn't even think twice about it, right? Why don't you go sit in a corner?
No! God, please, no! No! No!
I had to put that up for you. All right. Let's go back to looking at the stocks that are what's going on. My big news, I don't think I put Shopify in here. Oh, Shopify is in here. Look at that. By VST, out of all of the news. All right. Stellar Black Friday sales. I look at the news. Number one by way of VST. A lot of the stocks that were in the news, have VSTs above 1. The ones that don't, so we were talking about the dollar, all right? Here's the dollar. I'm going to look at that real quick. And remember I said falling dollar is going to be good for gold. Here it is. Strong dollar, run, a do run. Coming off a level of support, though, sitting at 29.11. This is the index that tracks the dollar. Let's go put this, a lot of people, again, in this BRICS thing, I'm not a big fan. All right, this is 10 years. This is 10 years worth of data. Dollar fell, the dollar fell. But you know something? Dollar's going to be all right for everyone who's talking about the BRICS countries. I still think that the BRICS countries are unstable countries. Only advantage that they have is they have amassed a lot of gold, right? So that gets them at the table to talk about usurping the U.S. dollar. But I'm not there yet. The dollar is still strong. This is a 10-year graph. This is a 10-year graph on the dollar. And I'm not concerned that we're going to be overtaken by the BRICS. DXY, we can look at DXY. DXY. What are we on? All of the data we have. Still, the dollar may have fallen. It's done that several times. But it keeps rebounding. And we're still, that's at 103.38 compared to the low on this graph of 78. Dollar's going to be. What are your Argentina picks? I'm going to get to that in a second. And I went through a whole lot of stocks to try to find them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that second. All right. Google going after a homegrown AI. Think that should be something positive. Accenture's buying up stuff. There's a person at my church that works for Accenture. And she asked me, says, so you're into stocks. What do you think about the stock? And I told her that it was overvalued, but fundamentally sound. But I keep seeing in the news, Accenture is just buying up companies. I'm going to keep my eye on that. Coinbase, nice move today. One of the biggest movers today outside of Shopify. Coinbase, way overvalued as crypto is still, all right, but keep your eyes on it. Apple, Foxconn, that story, Apple's on the move. I did a story last week that there's a firm move in China, firm production and delivery in China, which I think is going to be good for Apple. I am currently now in an Apple ETF. I'm in AAPU, which is a 1.5x ETF. I'm in it. I'm in AAPU. I told you that I was in gold by GFI, in Microsoft, MSFU, and I'm in NVIDIA's NVDL. So I'm in the single ETFs for some of the stocks that are in the Magnificent Seven. All right. DC, big item for what DC? Because all the indicators were still in it. What's a DC? Oh, Death Cross. I figured it was a good question for today. Okay, I got you. All right, so Accenture, Oracle, and what was the third one? IBM in the whole insurance, blockchain, AI. Keep your eyes on those stocks. All right. So these are the stocks that made the stories. None of them are sells. Solid stock picks today. Solid stock picks from the story. Keep your eyes on them. I am going to go straight to Zero Glen. I am going to go Argentinian stocks. I made a list. All right, this is all that I could find that trade in the database. Anybody looking at them? All right, take a screenshot of this. These are 11 stocks that I've comprised of Argentina stocks. Does anybody have a stock that you're trading that's not on my list. I just made this on the fly this morning. But I think that, and look at the moves of all of these stocks. They're all up. I'm telling you this because a lot of positive things could be taken out of what the new president there is doing. LAAC. That's not a Argentina. Is that a Argentina? It is. Lithium Argentina. Fine. I'll add it. Got my screenshot. Thank you, sir. Got mine. So these are Argentinian stocks. I want you to keep your. And the one you gave me is going down. How does that happen? So Pam is in here, isn't Pam? Is already in there. Pam is already in there, Eugene. All right. So I tried to go through the internet. There's a lot of stocks out there. Not a lot of them that we track. Here's my list of now 12. Here's my list of 12. And I got one that's poopy. Here's my list of 12 that are Argentinian stocks. Why are they up? What's making the move? Gerald, it's a lot of what the new president in Argentina is doing. Somebody said and typed up in here that it's going to be cleaning house. And I think that is a positive sign to move these stocks. And they have been moving. Let's do this. I don't know when the president got elected, but let's just go over the last week. Let's look at week over week. All right, let's quick test them. Week over week. Look at that, Gerald. Now you know why I'm bringing them to the table for you. That's just in 1 week. Now you know why I'm bringing them to the table for you. All right, read the stocks at the top. No! YPF. Do me a favor, Don, if they're blurry, refresh your YouTube. Refresh your YouTube. All right, refresh.
Use the gear icon in the bottom of the video to change your resolution.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Joey, for being so proper about what I just said.
Refresh and choosing the gear icon is two different things.
No, is it really?
Yes.
All right, fine. Joey's more my technical guy than me. Is there an Argentina ETF? Oh, I meant to look. Joey, can you see if there's an Argentina ETF? I'm putting Joey to work today. There you go. And Tabula, Joey's looking up one for me right now. Joey's looking up for one for me right now. How many of you felt that today this was worth it to get this list? Type of 1. How many? Say again? ARGT. How many of you felt that it was worth it today to come by just to get this list? Type of 1 in the room. This is something that I just thought about today based on that story. A lot of people are not trading these. And you know something? Some of them are cheap. Some of these are cheap. YPF I have, BMA I have, Loma I have, CEPU I got, Cressy I got, EDN I got, BBO. You're putting Geraldine is just putting them in for you. Sigh. I was like, I got all of these stocks, but I think that this is a good list of stocks that Uncle Glenn is bringing to you to take advantage of this move. Gerald, does that make sense? I wanted to know that this was Uncle Glenn. Uncle Glenn loves you. Uncle Glenn loves you. And you know something? Let's go back to stream. You know something? Based on this, I'm going to eat my own cooking. I'm going to tell you which one I would get into personally. All right, how about that? Woof. Pam is right at resistance. How about that? I'm going to walk you through what I would look at to get in personally. Oof. I like that. Look at that breakthrough resistance. I do have a level of resistance right here. Tell you what I would do. I would put in an order about 1903. I'd put in an order about 1903 because that's the next level of resistance. Wow, that's right at a 3-month high. Bama. Not even Bama. I like that. Look at the rising volume. I like this play because it's hitting new territory. 6-month high, 1-year high. Yeah, I like this one. It's not a 5-year high. This stock's got a lot more room to run. It puts back on the 3-month graph. I like this one. All right, I'm going to write that down. BMA. But let's say you are looking for a cheaper one. See if I can find one for you. Love the SUPV, another bank. And he's getting ready to central bank. Some of these banking stocks may not be bad. May not be a bad play. Dylan, hold off on Heritage. Actually, give me the ticker symbol. HRTG. I think that's what it is. Yep. I know that. I'm really good. Leave it alone, Dylan. What's making you even think about getting rid of it? Nothing. Why? Because it's hitting a new high? Let it be. And you know something? Let me help you manage it. You know what I'd be looking for? Dylan, tell you what. Here's your line in the sand sitting at 796. Does that make sense, Dylan? Here's your line in the sand right there. If it goes below that, take half off the table. I love the move on the stock, bottom left, top right. But Dylan, there's your line in the sand right there. There's your line in the sand. All right? So I like the play. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't get scared. Get scared. It's doing exactly what you wanted to do, right? All right, let me finish looking at some of these Argentinian stocks. I like the wick at the top. I do like that one. CEPU. Rising volume, dividends falling. I like that. Not a ton of wick at the top. I'm going to write that down. CEPU. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these. Well, you guys should be happy you stayed. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. A lot of buying pressure, very little selling pressure, right at a 3-month high. Little body, though. Little body. No, that's a close. YPF has made a lot of people a lot of money. If you're in it, don't get scared either here. I'm going to give you a line in the sand here, especially if you're being aggressive with it. Line in the sand is $16.84. If it falls below that, take half off the table. All right? Don't get scared right here. You're fine. Gapped up. Price is lower than the open, but that's my line in the sand of $16.84. If it falls below that, I'm going to tell you to take half off the table. Loma, it's got to get out of this level of resistance. Loma's got to get out of this, and look at where the wick was today, right at that level of 685. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, I wouldn't touch it just quite yet. I know it just got to buy, not yet. There's a lot of congestion right here. EDN, electric, I like the move. Gap. None of these gaps have been faded. That's a problem. I got 3 gaps. 1, 2, 3. None of the gaps have been faded. Be careful with this. If you've got this, if you own this, give you a line in the sand right here. 1637. If it goes below that, take half off the table. I love the volume. RT, I love all of this stuff. Don't get nervous about a day like today. That's a good line in the sand. Take half off the table. So Fireblue, you're sounding like my spouse. All right, let's go to the next stock. This one, on the other hand, see the pullback? See the gap got faded? This may not be a bad play because the gap did get faded. It's moving up to 3 and 8, look good, blah, 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 blah. It's testing this former level of support, resistance as a level of support. See where it's falling down to. If it holds, I wouldn't mind buying, but I would want to buy higher than the 3-month high, which is higher than $10. All right. And the next to last stock, same thing with agro. Same thing. There's the gap up. There's the filling. It's got to get out of its own way. I wouldn't take that just quite yet. There's the last one. I wouldn't touch this one. Not yet. There's too many other good ones in here. All right. Was that useful? For everybody? Yes or no? Was that useful for everybody on the on the Argentina stocks? What about getting into HRTG? I would go 5 cents higher than the high. What's the high? I'd go 5 cents higher than the high. What's the high? 933. I'd put in a buy order at 938. The stock is doing exactly what you want it to do, which is go up in price. I'm not afraid of that. All right. And you know something? Let's say you get in 5 cents higher than the high and the stock goes against you. Let me give you a solid line in the sand, about $8. All right. Who just asked me about that? Richard, does that make sense? Richard, does that make sense? 5 cents higher than the high. And if you get into it and it goes down, that's your line in the sand at $8. Richard, does that make sense? I like the play. Bottom left, top right. Bottom left, top right. I want to make sure that the stock is doing exactly what I want it to do, which is to go up over time. Go up as I'm buying. So those are my Argentinian plays. I need you guys to all make a watch list. I don't think I'm going to get VectorVest to make a watch list. I think we need to. But here's my stocks for your Argentinian play. I want you guys to pay attention to it. Now, if you guys jump on any of these stocks and they make you money, I want you to let us know as time goes along in the chat. All right? My job is to help to bring you some fish. This is bringing you fish. This is definitely helping to bring fish based on news that's going on with the president making big sweeping changes in Argentina. All right? So that's my, so, you know, actually, add to a portfolio. We're going to make a portfolio, create a new portfolio. Argentinian play. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not already do that? I don't remember if I make this a $20,000 portfolio. Look at that. You guys remind me, we'll look at this every so often. Deal? Type of deal or no deal. Deal? All right, every so we talked about it today. I took all of them and put them into a portfolio. So, you guys got to, let me know. Talk to me. We came upon this. I given you the stocks. We put them now into not only a watch list, but into a portfolio. We'll see what they do. See what they do. No, really, Fireblazer? What am I going to play for? Hold on.
No.
That was for you, Fireblazer. That was for you. All right. So, we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on this. Playing the momentum. Yeah, James G, I'm playing the momentum. I'm strictly playing the momentum. We looked at some of the stocks. I gave you some entry points. But yeah, we're definitely playing the momentum. All right. I made another. Looking at the Mag 7 +2. How's that looking? Ow. How many people, after my video on the Mag 7, Magnificent 7, took advantage of that? The day that I did it was on 11/7. Look at that. Your Uncle Glenn is trying to help you. Some of y'all don't listen. Some of y'all just plain out don't listen. All right? Some of y'all just plain out don't listen. Boom. How about the Bahamas? Remember the Bahamas one? Is it still there? I might have gotten rid of it. Because it was past the Bahamas trip. I might have gotten. But look at that, folks. What else did we do recently? That was when I did the actual Magnificent 7 video when we got the Greenlight Buyer RT kicker. Look at that, 1.14. I did, and then I did one on how to do it cheaply. Looking at the ETFs, also on 11/14. Look at that, 1.2. Your Uncle Glenn's trying to help you. Your Uncle Glenn is trying to help you. Alton said, didn't take advantage, but I've been watching. I'm okay with that. Alton, sometimes you got to build up faith into the things that you do. Got to build up faith. How do we trade stocks with new buy ratings? Buy them, as long as the market says it's okay. So on any stock that's got a buy rating, you always check what's going on with the market timing first. And if I go to market timing, actually, let's go to the color guard. When the primary wave is up, confirmed call is up, the DEW, all of our market timing is up. So if I'm going to look at a stock that's a buy recommendation, I need to make sure the market's moving up. If the market's moving up, and the market timing says it's good to go, it's good to buy them. It's good to buy them. Does that make sense? Who just asked me that? Just because you made a watch list, you did not tell us to buy, so it went up, but no. Okay. Okay. Alton, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? I'm not afraid, and I do like what Dave said. Take a small position on your next green light. Having some skin in the game helps build faith in the VectorVest signal. I went a little forward, that if the market timing says it's okay to buy, trust the market timing, but always make sure you have. Trust the market timing, but always make. All right. Listen, I answered a lot of questions for you guys today. We're not looking at your stocks today. You know why? Because we had a good time so far today. We only got 4 minutes left. We had a good time today. Yes, I brought some new fish to the table for you. Whether it's from the stories that made the news, or the Argentinian stocks, or even some of the stocks that you asked me to take a look at. Right. So, today was a good day, and you know why? Because I didn't have to use my AK. Today was a good day. All right, DAKT. Let's go take a look. Put this in a 3-month graph. I love the move on this. Today is a down day. I wouldn't buy it today, but if you're in it, leave it alone. Leave it alone, Linda. There's nothing telling you to touch that. Think about this like MC Hammer. You don't touch this. You don't touch this. Nothing is telling you to get out of it. Elway. Didn't I just say I wasn't looking at your stocks today? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Do you guys ever not listen? Sigh. Do you guys ever not listen? I said no stocks. Yes, I'm yelling. DRS, ES, DC. All right. Yes, it's official. VVUK to close by the end of the year. VectorVest are not making money in the UK. It's got nothing to, it is, as we talk, it's been tough trying to keep up with the regulations in the UK. Pretty much that's it in a nutshell. All right. Those are the stocks that I said I wasn't going to look at today. Those are the stocks that I said I wasn't going to look at today. But no, you guys got to keep putting your stocks up there. Did you do your homework on, I'm up 12%. What was my homework? What was I supposed to do, Jeff? I had somebody, I was going to look at where they were. Someone sent me that. Where they were. Lifeway, leave it alone. The 3 and the 8 are converging, but you know something? No. Be careful with this. Let me show you why. See this little level of resistance right there? Boom, 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 boom. If you're in it, the 3 and the 8 are still in play. I'm going to tell you, if you're in Lifeway right now, take half off the table. Take half off the table. Just in case he keeps going down, I want you to lock in some of this profit. If you take half off the table, you still have the other half in play, but you're locking in profits right now. All right? Who asked me about Lifeway? I like the play, but it is pulling back. I had a nice little level of resistance right there, serving as a level of support. Broke down today. I'm thinking about taking half off the table. Do you agree with that, yes or no? Do you agree with that, yes or no? I'm not telling you to take it all off the table. I'm telling you to take half, lock in some of that profit with half the money. All right. What's the next one? CRS. A little bit of a channel. I love the move. Coming off support. I love this move. I ain't gonna lie. I love that move. Just broke through resistance. I got another level of resistance right here. Nice open candle today. Very little selling pressure. Yeah, I would put in an order 12 cents higher than the high. I love the move up. And it's been moving up. Let's get through that last headwind. Kevin says, already took half off this morning. Excellent. All right. This is the kind of analysis I want to bring to the table. I don't want nobody panicking. ESTC. Leveling out. I got another level of resistance forming right there within that little resistance area. I don't know how much money was made on this trade. Let's go to freehand line. Let me see, RVRS. It's got good upside. It's not in an uptrend. Be careful with it. If you own it, it's in a channel, be careful with it. Watch the 3 and the 8. Since it's in the channel, watch the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. All right, watch. If the 3 crosses below the 8, you might want to take it off the table. It's in a channel. All right, that was the last stock. All right, I'm done. I'm done with you guys today. Stop typing mug in there, Fireblazer. Steel is up and made a ton on CRS. What did I say about CRS, Linda? I like it. CRS. Yeah, if you're in it, leave it alone. If you're in it, leave it alone, but it's coming up to a level of resistance. You guys happy today? If you're happy and you know it, hit the like. If you're happy and you like it, if you're happy and you know it, hit the like. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, hit the like. All right. Today was a good day. We didn't look at a ton of your stocks, but at least I put a lot of, you're reinforcing, not listening. Is that good? Should listen. I don't know if that's good. Like, shared that hot Argentina list. Listen, we're going to keep our eyes on it. We're going to definitely keep our eyes on it. Yes, thanks. I got in it when you made the recommendation. Fireblazer says, can't afford a mug loser. Joey, did you have a good time today?
Absolutely.
You sound so enthusiastic behind that. You know I love you, bro. All right, folks. I got a 6 p.m. video coming out tonight. What's it on? Undervalued penny stocks. For those of you who are looking for some aggressive speculative plays, tonight's video is about it. Right? It's a 6 p.m. video. Once you've watched it, if you liked it, hit the like button, but share the content. There could be a lot of people out there who are looking for low dollar, undervalued penny plays. Right? Dr. Glenn, were you the crazy uncle at the Thanksgiving dinner table? Nope. Dr. Glenn be the one that be making sure all the grandbabies check. Stop doing that. Get off that. Sit in that chair. Stop running up the wall. Stop climbing the tree. Yep. That's what Uncle Glenn does. Uncle Glenn plays pawpaw. And my wife is like, no, let them do that. They can destroy the house. We can get another one. Oh, no. No, let them bang into everything and break it all up. It's okay. We'll get another one. Oh, hell to the no. It's time for Papa to get a belt out and be like, yo, Papa said sit down. Yes, Papa. That's how that works. All right. Jeremy says, I liked it and got you a new subscriber. Way to go, Jeremy. Way to go. And then Linda's like, no, Uncle Glenn, let them have fun. Mrs. T isn't like, oh, no, you ain't in the house, Boston. You ain't in the house, Boston. No. Oh, it's okay. Let them do that. Let them do. No! I'm with you, Pawpaw. There you go, Sharon. I love my grandbabies. I love each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. Y'all ain't 10 stuff. All right, I gotta go. She's got the heavy. No. She does not, Boston. No, she does not. And she'll be the first one to tell you. She does not. Oh, no. And it's always like, no, let them have fun. No! Y'all have fun outside. Out in the yard. Y'all can tear up the yard as much as you want. Oh, heck no. All right, I gotta go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps. Bye. Hey, we're going to have a cold winter this year. Careful out there. It was cold this morning. Oh, he's probably still wearing. Bom dia. Being a grandparent is the reward for being a parent. Absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. All right. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.